You know that feeling when you think about planning for retirement? It's kind of like trying to solve a giant puzzle, but you're pretty sure you're missing half the pieces. It can feel so overwhelming, right? So many questions about saving and investing, and how do you make it all last? Well, guess what? Today, we're going to find all those missing pieces. We're going to take this huge, complicated topic and break it down into a simple, manageable, step by step guide. We're creating a financial blueprint that anyone, and I mean anyone, can follow. Okay, let's get into it. Here's the roadmap for our little journey today. We're going to start by laying the foundation, the why behind all this. Then we'll get into building your savings, making that money grow, protecting it, and finally, the best part, actually enjoying the results. First up, the foundation. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't build a house without checking the ground underneath, right? It's the exact same idea with your finances. We need to understand the bigger economic world that your plan is going to live in. This old proverb just nails it, doesn't it? The hardest part is just getting started. It really is. But once you get that ball rolling, it starts to build its own momentum. And that's exactly why having a solid plan right from the jump is so incredibly powerful. So, your financial plan, it doesn't exist in some little vacuum. It's out there in the real world, influenced by these big economic cycles. When the GDP is growing, we call that an expansion. That's generally great for jobs and your investments. When it's shrinking, that's a contraction or a recession. That can be a headwind. Just knowing this helps you set realistic expectations for the road ahead. Okay, with that foundation set, let's start talking about the actual tools in your toolbox. This is the accumulation phase. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts of how you can start building that retirement nest egg. For most of us, this journey really kicks off right at work. Those employer plans, like a 401k or a 403b, are the absolute workhorses of retirement saving. They give you great tax advantages, and you gotta love this, they often come with an employer match. That is literally free money. You never want to leave that on the table. So how much are we talking about? To give you a real number to chew on, for 2025, the general limit you can put in is expected to be around $24,000. That's the maximum you can sock away in a year to get those powerful tax benefits. And hey, there's an extra boost for those of you getting a little closer to retirement. If you're age 50 or over, you can throw in an extra $8,000. This catch-up contribution is a fantastic tool. It's like hitting the accelerator on your savings right when it counts the most. Now, your workplace plan isn't the only game in town. You can also open an individual retirement account, an IRA. This table breaks down the two main flavors. With a traditional IRA, you usually get a tax break now. With a Roth IRA, you pay the taxes now, so your qualified withdrawals in retirement are totally tax-free. It really boils down to one question. Want to pay the tax man now or pay him later? But look, saving is only half the story. Now it's time to fire up the growth engine. It's not enough to just stash cash away. You have got to make that money start working for you. And that happens through investing. The first most important rule of investing is diversification. You've heard it a million times. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. By spreading your money across different kinds of investments, stocks, bonds, maybe some real estate, you lower your risk. If one area takes a nosedive, the others can help cushion the blow. This pyramid is a great way to picture how this works. It's not just one decision, it's got layers. At the very bottom, you're making the big choice, how much to put in risky stuff versus safe stuff. Then, in the middle, you spread it across different asset types. And only at the very top are you picking the specific stocks or funds. So this brings you to a pretty big decision about your personal style. Are you an active investor, always trying to pick the winners and outsmart the market? Or are you a passive investor, just aiming to match the market's performance with low-cost index funds? Both can work, but for a lot of people with long-term goals, that simple, passive, buy-and-hold strategy is a really solid bet. A great plan isn't just about offense and growth. You also have to play defense. You have to protect what you've worked so hard to build. And that's where your financial safety net comes in. It's all about managing those risks that could knock you off track. Your number one tool for this is insurance. I know, it's not the most exciting topic, but it is so important. Health insurance protects you from massive medical bills. Life insurance protects your family. And disability insurance protects your single greatest asset, your ability to earn a living. They're all shields against financial disaster. As you get near retirement, healthcare becomes a huge piece of the puzzle. For most people 65 and over, that means Medicare. This chart does a great job of demystifying it. Part A, think A for admission to the hospital. Part B is for your regular doctor visits. And Part D is for drugs. Understanding these pieces is key to planning your healthcare costs. All right, we have arrived at the final stage. You've done the work. You planned, you saved, you invested, you protected it all. Now comes the best part, the payout. This is where we totally switch gears from accumulating money to actually spending it and living that retirement dream. I mean, this is the question at the finish line, isn't it? After a whole lifetime of saving, how do you turn that big nest egg into a reliable paycheck? A paycheck that's going to last for as long as you do. This is where having a smart withdrawal strategy is everything. Well, one of the most famous strategies out there is called the 4% rule. It's a simple rule of thumb. In your very first year of retirement, you withdraw 4% of your total savings. And every year after that, you just adjust that dollar amount for inflation. It was designed to help a portfolio last for about 30 years. But, and this is a really big but, it's a guideline, not a guarantee. It's a rule of thumb, not some unbreakable law of physics. Markets change, people are living way longer, and your personal expenses might be totally different. So a lot of financial advisors today would say, maybe start a little lower, and above all, be flexible. And finally, your financial blueprint doesn't have to end with you. Estate planning, using things like wills and trusts, is how you make sure the assets you've built are passed on smoothly to the people and the causes you care about. It's how you secure your legacy. So, there you have it, a 5-part blueprint for your financial future. But remember, your story is completely unique and it is still being written. The only real question now is, what are you going to do to shape that next chapter?